that. It's back-to-back 2-1 victories for Barcelona, 100% in the opening 2 games. Win, of course, at Mestalla, win now at Montjuic. It's 2 wins out of 2 for Flick's side. Let's welcome in, shall we, former Barcelona midfielder Luis Garcia is with us. Luis, a deserved win for Barca.
Yes, Dan. Actually, we all agree that it's been a pretty good Barcelona. Something that it was unexpected because from the beginning we were talking that this Barcelona is still in construction. We want to see what Hansi Flick is going to do in the next coming months. Still not all the players involved. There are a couple of injuries. Players are going to leave. Some others that should arrive, but still Dani Olmo not being registered. But today I like what I saw from Hansi Flick's team. I think he's very, very composed, something very important. They control the game. Even in transition, defensive transition, we saw Barcelona never lost left with 2 players or 3 players at the back. So the team was going up and down all together, something that last year they struggled so much. So they give away a lot of chances. Today, it was that penalty, but Athletic Club didn't have so many clear chances. And at the other side, in the last third, again, a lot of composure because we've seen quite a few options of Lewandowski. Could have passed that ball, could have scored another one to the post. But in the end, 2 goals that I think that they were well deserved. I like it very much. Once again, Pedri. We've been waiting for Pedri to perform well, to give something extra to the Barcelona into the middle of the park. And today he shows how different this Barcelona looks when he's into the field and when the ball is on his feet. So pretty good result for Barcelona in this second game of La Liga, and I think they're well deserved.
What's interesting, Ali, all the noise that's going on at the moment around Barcelona, be it Dani Olmo not being able to register him, Ilkay Gundogan, of course, moving to Manchester City. We saw it in the second half, didn't we, against Valencia? And we saw it for much of the game today. On the pitch, they're getting the job done.
Yeah, and actually, you can go back to preseason as well, where Barcelona, with everything that has been going on, they've looked good. Now, we had our questions, I think rightfully so, coming into the season. Okay, that was preseason. Let's see what this team is like in La Liga. And what they have been is pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not outstanding, not excellent, but a whole lot better than what they were last season. And I think Luis mentioned there a word that I think is important. Under control. That you don't feel like this team, every time somebody gets out in transition against them, that they're going to give an opportunity. That indeed, when they have possession of the ball, and it wasn't quite the case in the first half today, but it was certainly in the second half, when they have possession, there is a purpose with that possession, and there is movement away from the ball that makes the next pass very clear. That there are options ahead of the players in the midfield. And to the point of Pedri, we talked at halftime. If he is alongside Mar Bernal as a double pivot, you're losing his presence in the attacking half. You're losing his presence in the final third and his ability to run into the box. Once Hansi Flick made the decision to say, you know what, this whole Ferran Torres kind of here, there, and everywhere position is not quite working out. Let's put Rafinha out into the left and out to the left. Let's put Fermín López into the midfield. It does give some cover to Pedri so that now he can join in the attack. It makes him an exponentially better player, and it makes Barcelona an exponentially better team. So overall, positive energy about Barcelona on the field. Off the field is a completely different story. But on the field, which we can evaluate and we can sit here and usually criticize Barcelona, we can say now, they look pretty good. They've done well.
And a sigh of relief from Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
Because we all know if you don't start off well, inevitably Barcelona pressures on you straight away. You win your first 2 games. Yes, you could have played better, but still you get those 6 points. Mm-hmm. Just gives you the opportunity just to breathe a little.
Yeah, big time. And I think what I liked about today was that they went forward and defended more as a unit, certainly than they did last year. Last year they lost way too many goals. And so if I'm Hansi Flick, other than a little bit of inexperience in the penalty kick from Kubarsi, defensively, they really didn't give a lot away. To a side that last season, you know, were giving teams palpitations on the counter particularly. So I think overall, it's not just about winning the games. But when you can win the games and be solid defensively as a unit, that's got to be fantastic for him going forward.
I think it's fair to say, Luis, when it comes to Lewandowski, maybe even still, the jury was out when it came to the Barcelona fans as to whether or not they loved him or hated him with regards to what he brought to the team. But there's no doubt these last 2 games, his goals have proved to be a big difference.
You need to understand that Lewandowski He's getting more years, he's getting older, and he's not going to get any younger soon. So you need to know that he cannot make all those runs to the sides, dropping down. You need to have him right there into the box. When he's into the box and he's fresh to get these kind of balls, he's going to score another 25, 30 goals this season. And the last couple of games, he had maybe 7, 8 options to score. He scored already 3 goals, and that's pretty good average if we continue seeing this kind of football from Barcelona. But the most important for me is that he looks sharp. He's happy, he's enjoying, he's receiving a lot of balls, he's receiving crosses. That's what you want Lewandowski, and he's delivering goals as expected.
How much do we credit Hansi Flick for that?
I mean, I suppose if there is a relationship that goes all the way back to Bayern Munich, that you could maybe create a connection there and say maybe there's a level of comfort that wasn't there with Xavi. I don't know. I think that's stretching it a little bit. What I would say is that this is a player that has been successful for many years, and there is something to be said about your pride, your competitive pride, and that you go into the offseason thinking, okay, listen, this is make or break for me. This is my last time go around and my last time having an opportunity to make an impact at this highest level. And I think I'm still good enough to do so, but physically I have to be to a point to where I can compete. And what I would say, in today's coverage, there was a stat towards the end of the game that said that Robert Lewandowski ran 10 kilometers. And I'm looking at that, I said, well, that in itself, not that I want Robert Lewandowski running everywhere, but that in itself tells you that he's been active. That he's been more active than what we saw last season. And if he's willing to be that, or showcase that level of activity, it's because he's feeling good. And when you're scoring goals as a striker, and Lord knows that I know this well because let me just tell you, I struggle to score goals. But when you're scoring, you feel like you can get on the end of everything, that you can make those runs, that you can get to the far post, that you can do the sliding attempt sort of finish that Padilla comes up with a big save. That's because there's a level of confidence that now allows you to trust your body, allows you to get to a point to where you feel like like physically you can compete, and it takes then your natural talent to the level that you would imagine Lewandowski can get to. So in that sense, it's not a surprise that he's scoring goals if he's fit, if he's physically ready, and seemingly, he certainly seems that way.
And what a statement then from Barcelona. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, of course, are looking for their first win of La Liga season after dropping points away against Mallorca in the opening round of matches. Well, they're in action tomorrow. Their first home game at the Santiago Bernabeu against Valladolid. Coverage of the game starts at 10:30 Eastern. Be sure to join us.